Yo, Ryan here, aka Mac, and welcome. It is a crazy week in Star Citizen this week with a lot of very exciting progress in testing. As always, a huge thank you to all of my patrons and channel members, in particular to my latest channel member, Web2TV. Thank you so much for the support, it is truly appreciated. And don't forget, you have until April 1st to get 15% off the TOBII Eye Tracker 5, so a perfect time to pick it up at a good discount. Plus, using the link in the description provides my channel with a direct kickback, so it is extremely appreciated. But don't worry if you can't take advantage of that this time, there are always more sales happening throughout the year, and I will be sure to let you know when they happen. Also, if you do have a TOBII Eye Tracker and don't know what settings to use, by all means jump on my Twitch stream when I am live, and you can take a screenshot of my settings as a starting point to help you get going. So, firstly, let us talk about server meshing and what Cloud Imperium have in store for testing this fundamental piece of core tech this week. Now, they stated, and I quote here, "Our goal is to have another tech preview server meshing test for selected waves of testers on Friday and running through the weekend. This server meshing test will be focused solely on the Stanton system, but with multiple servers sharing the load. And we will be testing multiple configurations throughout the weekend with more servers per shard that they've ever tested before, while increasing the number of players per shard to stress test the system." So a lot to break down there. This is pretty amazing to see that they are progressing very quickly with testing the various configurations of servers to see what is the most optimal setup, while also testing how many players per server they can hold. But do note, they are opening up this test beyond just the Eva Cati to other backers in other waves, which means we will be able to show it off and it is no longer held behind a sort of visual audible NDA. Now this is pretty much the fun part of this testing, seeing what it is capable of, testing its strengths and weaknesses, finding those weaknesses and then fixing those to then further stress test it. This weekend is going to be a blast hearing about how it goes, or even trying it for ourselves to see how stable and smooth or not the server meshing tech can be. Of course, I hope all goes as smoothly as possible, but they will be working out what the best configuration for server meshing is, which should provide a lot more stability. I would expect more performance as well, while also increasing player count. It'll be a balance of how many players can they get versus what performance and stability is, and then fixing what they can and increasing the player count and monitoring the performance and just finding that sweet spot. But what a time to be a backer. I cannot wait to see the results of this, or even, as I say, just take part in it. Anyway, for Alpha 3.23, they did try to get a build out last night, but it failed, so they will be trying again over the next couple of days. And this build, they said, would have more features included than the previous build, with them actually stating on Monday that they were hopeful for 2 more Evo 3.23 builds throughout this week for limited time tests, but with the build failing last night, this could be reducing the builds to just 1 this week. It might not, it really depends on just how well this stuff rolls out. But speaking of the first 3.23 feature test, which was last week, this had a lot of features in testing like EVA, the visor and lens HUDs, FPS loot screens, the new character customizer of course, new shopping UI, reloading improvements, the dynamic crosshair, plus and most importantly, the replication layer was separated with crash recovery enabled, which to me says they are planning on releasing the separated replication layer for 3.23. And if that is the case, then performance and AI, including creatures, if they're rolling them out with 3.23, as it certainly seems to be the case, should work as intended. This next patch should see more of the incredible features slated for 3.23 move into testing as well. There is a lot left to bring in, like master modes, the star map, the new Mobiglass mini-maps, the hangars, freight elevators, cargo missions, and so much more. So hopefully the new build can release today, we can see what the results are of this, and again, what the results of the replication layer separation are, with that crash recovery, and hopefully they can start rolling 3.23 out to more waves as well. Anyway, that is the latest on the testing front. As I say, it is a crazy time right now and a great sign of things to come for the rest of the year. But this week itself is set to be a blast, even outside of all the testing that's going on, as today we will have the roadmap update potentially revealing more 323 features. I don't expect to see the progress tracker updated, as we heard from Chris Roberts in his letter that they are planning to release the progress tracker or a roadmap with the plan leading up to Star Citizen 1.0. Hopefully they can do this incrementally so that we can at least get an idea of what is getting worked on when, but I feel like they're going to hold off on the progress tracker or this roadmap until it is properly validated. Inside Star Citizen this week is going to be a bit of a belter, looking at the next evolution of cargo gameplay, focusing on how it works with the persistent hangar system. So cannot wait to see how this all looks since we last heard or saw it, which I think was around CitizenCon. I'm hoping we'll see more on the cargo missions as well. This episode might just be solely focused on how cargo or the new evolution of cargo works with hangars rather than cargo missions, but I'm firmly crossing my fingers. And then this Friday, Star Citizen Live will be a Q&A with the character customizer team answering our questions about this new 323 feature. Anyway, from me this week, I will be working on getting the Persistent Universe monthly report video out. Apologies, it is taking a little longer than normal, with all the extra content that keeps popping up. Of course, Star Citizen Sunday will release, hopefully this Sunday, maybe Monday, it really depends. I feel like it's going to be quite a busy one, but I have just released my latest off-grid living video, which I have linked in the description below. Do check out the playlist for these off-grid series of videos, and if you are yet to see them, do give this style of gameplay a go, as it may help to inspire a new way of playing Star Citizen, which is actually a very much intended way from people like Chris Roberts just living in the verse, reacting to her organic beauty. Anyway, I don't know where I was going with that sentence, but I'll be streaming this afternoon at 2 PM GMT time, and on Friday at the same time. You are all more than welcome to come and hang out. It is a great place for new players to ask their questions about the game, or just come and chill out and enjoy watching me suffer along. We might be doing more of the overdrive stuff today, or potentially just off-grid living. It is yet to be determined, but the link to my Twitch channel is below. But that is the latest news and updates on all things Star Citizen. It is going to be a wild week, and another historical moment in Star Citizen's development. It really cannot be emphasized how significant and important of a time it is for Star Citizen and for us as its backers. Great things are coming, and the game that we know today is changing forever, and I am all here for it, starting with 323. But with that said, if you do enjoy my videos, please do consider subscribing and helping the channel to grow. Also, hit the thumbs up if you don't mind, it does the channel a big favour, and tick that notification bell if you'd like to be notified when my videos go live. Again, a massive thank you to my patrons and channel members. Cannot do this without you guys, so thank you so much for the support. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.